Hi, my name is Christian Morgan. I'm a family support worker with the CDI, Parkdale High Park EarlyON Child and Family Centers. And we're going to talk today about the 6-month Looksee Checklist.
And my name is Glenda Diaz. I am also a family support worker at the same center.
And my name is Diane Whitley. I'm also from the same center, and I am the office administrator. So today, the Looksee Checklist is a simple, easy to use developmental tool designed to help monitor a child's development from 1 month to 6 years of age, featuring a short list of yes or no questions about the child's abilities. The Looksee Checklist, formerly called the Nipissing Checklist, was created in 1993 by a Canadian nonprofit organization made up of early childhood specialists. In 25 years since, it has been translated into over 10 languages, and it has helped thousands of children worldwide through initiatives with organizations like the Ontario Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services and World Vision. Today, our team will be focusing on the age of 6 months.
Yes, thank you, Dan. And so we have done videos like this already in the past. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see, I think we've already done 2 videos that cover previous age groups. So we have one on the first 2 months and one for 4 months of age as well. And in the first one, we do cover things a little more in depth, but we're gonna go pretty in depth today too. So first off, there's some things you need to know when going through the checklist. So there's a few points already right here. So choose the nearest age. So if your child is close to 6 months, that's the one that you want to choose. So like if it's over 6 months, you want to choose the 6-month one. You try to choose the one that's if you were at 5.5 months, you'd probably look at the 4-month one kind of thing, right? So that you don't get the shocker. And if you need help determining what checklist you need to look at, there is a that you can look on the website, especially if your child is premature and you're not sure about what age you should be using. They'll help you determine that. And answer the questions to the best of your ability. They are fairly straightforward. And then I'll also point out, like, if you are having trouble, you can talk to us. You can get in touch with us or a medical professional, and we'll be more than happy to help with answering those questions. And also, if you answer no to any of these questions, you follow up with a medical professional and maybe get a closer look kind of thing, right? This is just a snapshot. So and these checklists are perfect. They're just looking at some development. They're not looking at the whole picture right away. You can look at the whole picture. You can look back at previous checklists, and you can see where your child is on like the spectrum of your child's development. So yeah, some things to keep in mind.
And it's just hard because sometimes you think, oh my gosh, my child is not doing that. But then when speaking more either to us or to another healthcare professional, you realize that they are doing it. They're just doing it in a different way than the example that is given to you. That's all. So that's why it's good to follow up.
Or maybe they need a little more support too, and we'll help with that.
Yep. So we're going to just switch over to this one that's the illustrated checklist. So we're going to go back to the other checklist so that you can take a look at what it looks like. This one just gives examples of how children could be developing the skill that we're speaking about. So Christian did mention the website. So the website is lookseechecklist.com, and then you can just put /English. They do have the checklist available in other languages as well, and it's completely free to sign up. You just need to sign up, create a username with your email address.
So we're also going to be looking at some developmental markers. The first one is emotional. These items look at a child's ability to discover self and the relationship of self with others. Also included in this area is development of sense of safety and security.
Also, there will be questions examining the fine motor abilities of your child. So these items look at the child's ability to develop strength, stability, and control of the arms and hands for functional movement. The development of eye-hand coordination, visual motor integration, and oral motor coordination for feeding and speech are also included in this area.
We'll also look at some gross motor. So these items look at the child's ability to develop balance, coordination, strength, stability, and body awareness through movement.
The next one is social. These items look at the child's ability to develop turn-taking, sharing, cooperation, and empathy through interactions, games, imaginative play. Attachment and development of joint attention are also included in this area.
Also, we have your self-help skills. These items look at the child's ability to develop responsibility for daily activities and move towards independence. We're not going to be looking at this so much, but it is one of the developmental markers, yeah.
And when we go back to the checklist, you'll see that you'll have these symbols right beside, and it'll tell you how to develop those skills. So that's why we're just kind of going through them so that you know what these little icons mean. So with regards to communication, these items look at the child's ability to develop language comprehension and language expression through sounds, gestures, words, and word combinations. Receptive language, expressive language, articulation, fluency, and conversation are also included in this area.
Next, we'll be looking at learning and thinking. These items look at the child's ability to explore, increase knowledge, and improve memory, reasoning, and perception by acting upon objects in the environment through the use of touch, smell, taste, hearing, and vision. They demonstrate an awareness of self and others, motivation, and attention to task.
And the last marker we're looking at is vision and hearing. So keep in mind that visual and hearing acuity can impact the child's ability to perform successfully on many items. If there are any concerns, make sure that an appropriate referral is made to an eye care and or hearing professional.
So we're going to take a look at some of the things that the children should be doing by 6 months. So by 6 months of age, does your child swipe at and reach for objects within view? So some further questions that you could look at with this developmental milestone is, does your baby try to touch things they can see? Does your baby try to grab things just out of their reach?
By 6 months of age, does your child turn head and look in the direction of new sound? Some further questions are, does your baby turn their head towards a sound? Does your baby turn towards you when you make a sound?
And does your child respond to their own name? Does the baby look at you when you say their name? Name.
Does your baby smile and babble when given adult attention? Does your baby make sounds and smile when you play together?
I like that picture. I like the symbol for babbling is a bunch of bubbles.
Yes.
Does your child vocalize pleasure and displeasure, squeal with excitement, or grunt in anger? Some further questions are, how do you know if your baby is happy or sad? What sounds does your baby make when excited or mad?
And usually by 6 months, you can tell the difference of a tired cry, of an angry cry, or maybe of a hurt cry. So,
hungry cry.
Yes.
Okay, does your child seem to respond to some words like bye-bye or daddy? How does your baby show you that they understand some words? Do they brighten up? Do they make a noise too?
Or they'll usually let you know by 6 months if you're sitting with them. They sometimes don't like that. They will let you know that they don't want you to sit. They want you to walk around with them.
Yeah.
Does your baby make sounds while you are talking to him or her? So when you are talking to your baby, does your baby make sounds to you? What sounds does your baby make? So you can sometimes hear gurgling or just babbling. So.
And this is, we're looking at the turn taking too with that one, right? Like,
yeah, and this is a good reminder too, Christian, that when we interact with babies, waiting, because their brains are processing that information. So if you're giving that back and forth conversation, like, oh, do you like what we're doing? And then just waiting to see if they respond back to you. And
like,
it sometimes
a solid amount of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes it seems like a really long time, but if you count very slowly and you wait for them to respond, you'll start seeing that conversation and, like Christian said, that turn taking.
Does your child roll from back to side? Some further questions are, when placed on their back, does your baby roll to their side?
And so for this one too, we also want to remind everyone, when babies are starting to roll, if you need to walk away from them, you know, putting a blanket on the ground and laying them there, because, you know, when they do start to roll, even though they're not fully rolling, they can really wriggle themselves off of a bed or off of a couch.
And it can be sudden.
Yes.
One day to the next, suddenly they're rolling off the bed or the couch or whatever, right? Put them in a safe spot. Does your child push up on their hands when on their tummy? So if you place your baby on their stomach, do they push themselves up with their hands?
Does your child sit with support? So here they have pillows. So you can your baby sit when propped up by pillows? So this one, the feeding pillows we find are a really good way to help them, because it just kind of goes around them and they can kind of side to side. But if you just have pillows, you can just put regular pillows around them as well.
Does your child use hands to reach, grasp, bang, and splash? Some further questions are, does your baby splash in the bath? In the bath, does your baby reach and pick up the washcloth? Does your baby pick up a toy within reach?
I like these pictures.
Yeah.
I like that the baby is smiling so much while splashing.
Yeah.
But when like the other two, like the bang to it, it's just like serious.
Some serious work happening.
Yeah, right. Does your baby bring hands or toys to their mouth? Does your baby chew on toys? Does your baby put their hands in their mouth? And you're probably thinking, yeah, my baby does that too much. Everything goes in the mouth.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's how they explore the world, is what I was going to say. and that's part of their development. They need to put everything in their mouth. So we got to make sure that there are safe things for them to put into their mouths.
Yeah, I was just going to add, it's also, they're developing those muscles that we use for speaking. So putting things in mouth and them chomping on it does develop all of the things that work together to create speech and sound. Does your baby pat and pull at your hair, glasses, or face? Does your baby pull on your clothing? Does your baby use their hands to reach and grasp your hair, glasses, and face? And again, it's their way of exploring the world.
Yeah, make sure you don't have those great big hoop earrings on.
Yep.
Unless they're clip-on.
And necklaces too, I find that they really love to pull on. Yeah.
Does your child sleep and feed at regular times? When does your baby sleep? When does your baby eat?
So by this time, I think in other videos, we've talked the difference between a routine and a schedule. So a schedule is, by this time at 2 o'clock, we're going to do this. Routine is, I can see that baby is tired. You know, I'm going to try and start getting them settled down. You do a certain routine to get settled down for nap time or for bedtime. Usually by 6 months, you might have developed the schedule. Some people are still on routines, and that's okay. It's what works best for your family.
And they do change over time.
They do. So now we're just going to go back to, so this is what we just went through. So all of the yes, no questions, and those ones, they just had more extended questions, and we had some examples and some pictures to kind of help answer the questions. But now we're going to
go over some tips.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the tips that the Looksee checklist provide to help you with the various areas. And you'll notice that the symbols are there. So the first tip is on social emotional development. So here it is. I still like quiet time. So hug me, hold me, talk to me, sing to me, and read to me. Comfort me when I am unhappy or fussy by rocking me, holding me close, or talking to me in a soft voice. Respond when I cry. Remember, you can't spoil me.
The next tip is funny booties or colorful socks will encourage me to grab my feet. I may want to kick my legs and play with my feet. Place toys in various positions and distances from me so I can reach out and grasp them. Say, get the ball. I like objects of different colors, sizes, and textures to hold and squeeze so I can build my strength. Encourage me to use both hands.
Place me on my tummy and use a toy to encourage me to push up on my hands and try to reach up. Encourage me to roll from my tummy to my back. I am learning how my body works and I want to explore my environment.
This next one is language development. Show me the actions for wave bye and blow kisses, and I will learn to act them out myself. And then there's a few more. Oh, imitate sounds I make. My sounds may be changing to include more babbling. Try to get me to say them back to you as if we are having a conversation. I like it when you slow down and change your tone of voice. Hi, pretty baby. I enjoy it when you sing the same songs over and over again. Itsy Bitsy Spider, This Little Piggy, Peekaboo, and Patacake are just some of my favorites. And if you're having troubles figuring out what songs to sing to your child or baby, we are more than happy to help with that. We have a lot of songs and rhymes that we like to share with our families. And there's a lot of videos on our YouTube channel that showcase these songs and rhymes.
So the next skill is when I'm not watching you, shake a rattle, squeeze a toy, or call my name from different parts of the room. This will help me to look in the direction of new sounds. When I try to tell you something by looking, reaching, babbling, smiling, or crying, try to understand what I mean and say it with real words. You know, if your child is upset, oh, I see that you're upset about that. Let's go over and get the toy together. Help me to play, prop me up in a corner of the couch or on the floor with support, using blankets or pillows, and put some of my favorite toys within reach for me to play with. I may want to reach for the toys, but I am still not too steady, so stay with me to keep me safe.
My body is growing. Now is a good time to get information on what to feed me.
Yeah.
And that is it.
We've got some food share sessions coming up in the baby program.
Yeah, we also have, you know, different resources that if you ever need help, we can send to you as well. So you can always get in touch with us.
And if you have any further questions on this checklist, please feel free to contact us. You're free to speak with Glenda or Christian, our family support workers. So you could give us a call, and our number is 416-762-3700. And you can also send us an email at cdi.earlyon@childdevelop.ca, and we could set up a phone call with you or a Zoom meeting.
That is all we have for today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.